After years of waiting, Volkswagen finally unveiled the production version of the VW ID.BUZZ in March. It's a new version of the iconic VW minibus relaunched as a more luxurious electric van, but with hints of the old classic. In today's video, we'll show you the Volkswagen ID.BUZZ microbus. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that the post notifications are turned on so that you never miss a video from us. Without further ado, let's dive in. The 2024 Volkswagen ID.BUZZ aims to address a largely untapped market, with electric vehicles becoming more mainstream each year and few capacious EV options for families. The ID.BUZZ was inspired by the German company's iconic Type 2 microbus, or VW Bus for short. Its spacious cabin will feature flexible seating in 3 rows, in addition to its uniquely nostalgic exterior aesthetic. The ID.BUZZ's all-electric powertrain will be available in rear and all-wheel drive configurations, with a driving range of approximately 260 miles. When connected to a DC fast charger, VW claims that the van can charge its battery from 5 to 80% in 30 minutes. In the future, the company hopes to introduce its plug-and-charge technology, which eliminates the need to use an app or a card to unlock the charger. What's new in 2024? The ID.BUZZ will be the Volkswagen van's long-awaited return to the United States when it goes on sale in 2024. Despite the fact that we've seen official photos of the new microbus, the company hasn't revealed many details, particularly about the American version. Much of that information, however, should begin to surface later this year, if not sooner. You've probably seen studio shots of the ID.BUZZ, but nothing compares to how it looks on the road. People haven't had enough time to adjust, and they can't believe it's finally here, ready for production. If you came here in a supercar, they'd be weary, but this is friendlier, so they flock to it like seagulls to an abandoned bag of chips. "Stay hidden," says the number plate. "Not a chance," screams the Buzz, which smacks everyone in the face with its clean, confident lines, blacked-out pillars, and a windscreen that wraps around like a pair of sunglasses. In the 1960s, Volkswagen rode the crest of the California surf scene and hippie counterculture wave, and the scene never died, despite the fact that the vans that filled the gap between the original T2 and today lack the iconic looks and zeitgeist appeal. It actually grew, just in a more natural, low-key manner. Volkswagen now sells over 50,000 transporter vans in Europe each year. Any outdoor activity center will have rows upon rows of T5s and T6s. Those who pretend to live an active lifestyle drive SUVs, while those that actually do drive VW vans. They're everywhere, possibly serving as a work van during the week before heading to the coast or mountains on the weekends. The ID.BUZZ image is T2, but the target audience is T5 and T6. Type 2 was the first, followed by Type 1, the Beetle. The problem is that, while the Buzz looks, acts, and riffs heavily on the van theme, it's actually a car. EV motor power and performance. The ID.BUZZ will be built on Volkswagen's Modular Electric Drive (MEB) platform, which already powers corporate vehicles such as the Audi e-tron crossover and the VW ID.4 crossover. At the same time, Europe will get both a commercial and a passenger version of the ID.BUZZ. America will only get a passenger version with a long wheelbase. The entry-level model will have a single rear-mounted electric motor producing 201 horsepower and 229 pound-feet of torque. A dual-motor, all-wheel drive configuration with around 295 horsepower, similar to the current ID.4, will also be added to the lineup at some point. Interior, comfort, and cargo. The ID.BUZZ's spacious and customizable interior is one of its distinguishing features. Inside, there are only 5 seats, with the rear split 60-40 and the front's not even capable of spinning around. VW claims that the US version comes standard with 3 rows of seating for 7 people. An adjustable load floor can be installed in the cargo area, providing 40 cubic feet of storage space. Just a massive, massive boot. 1,121 liters under the parcel shelf. A Volvo XC90 offers 775 liters, and a maximum seating capacity that is double that of any SUV you can think of. Nonetheless, at 4.7 meters in length, it's shorter than almost all of them, and there are advantages to doing so. For starters, the way it drives. The Buzz shares its underpinnings with the ID.3 hatchback and ID.4 crossover. It's a modular platform. It's so grown here, with a 2,988mm wheelbase that's only 12mm shorter than a T6 van. People say that the battery and motor packaging used on skateboards is good for electric sports cars because it keeps the center of gravity low. Sports cars, on the other hand, already had a low center of gravity. Consider the benefits of driving a van. Not only is the carrying mass low, but so is the distribution fore and aft. The BUZZ shell is far more rigid, has improved stability, stays level around corners, and responds well to steering inputs. It has a car-like acceleration and, above all, is perfectly smooth and admirably silent. This is the 77 kWh battery pack that claims to deliver 310 miles of range in an ID.4. How long will it perform in a van with more weight and less aero? Volkswagen put a T2 in a wind tunnel during development in 1949 and discovered it had better aerodynamics than the Beetle. It's not far away this time either. The ID.4's 0.28 CD figure has only increased by 0.01 CD, and the BUZZ is only about 150 kilograms heavier. There are no official figures yet, but we believe VW will claim a range of around 260 miles. So, on average, 200. Less when fully loaded, and even less when it's cold or carrying equipment on the roof. Perhaps it's a good thing you can't tow much due to the 1,000 kilogram limit. Plan your vacation recharges. The BUZZ is quieter, has fewer NVH issues, and is light and simple to fly. The ride is slightly lumpy due to the 21-inch wheels. When you go smaller, your range and comfort will both improve. It doesn't feel small, but it's handy because the turning circle is incredibly tight. Useful in the tiny fishing villages around here, and the 200 bph and 229 pound-feet of instant torque are more than enough. In short, once you've disabled the intrusive driver assistance systems, the BUZZ doesn't require much attention. It calmly and considerably fulfills your request, leaving you with extra bandwidth. The ID.BUZZ comes standard with a 10-inch digital gauge cluster, but top options include customizable ambient lighting and massaging front seats. The VW van's infotainment system is primarily controlled by a touchscreen that protrudes from the center of the dashboard. A 10-inch screen is standard, but a 12-inch screen display is optional. We also anticipate that the ID.BUZZ will include standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as some sort of rear seat entertainment system. A Wi-Fi hotspot with a subscription and wireless device charging should also be included. More BUZZ models will be released, with longer wheelbases, larger batteries and motors, different seating configurations, and VW's own camper, California. But not for 3 more years. Meanwhile, the empty interior of the BUZZ Cargo, the van version, appears to be a blank canvas, but not by a long shot. The interior volume of 3,900 liters is large by car standards, but it's 2,000 liters less than a T6. The cabin is constructed by the thick body frame, which is so effective by reducing noise and flex. Everyone loves that VW has rediscovered its mojo, and they find the BUZZ to be breezy, fresh, and invigorating. However, the full V would have been too overtly retro, and VW needs to see this van in a different light, as a new way of transporting a family. Actually, it's not a new way, but rather an old way with a new twist. VW has not revealed the price of the ID.BUZZ or trim levels that will be available. However, current EV market pricing suggests that it'll begin at around $40,000. And that concludes today's video. What are your thoughts on Volkswagen's ID.BUZZ microbus? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below. We'd love to hear from you. Consider subscribing to the channel for more great videos like this. Turn on post notifications while you're at it so you don't miss any of our future postings. To learn more, watch these videos. That'll be all for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. We hope to see you in the future ones.
To change your